Patience, the ability to avoid damage, and strategic planning are being tested because I am about to attempt to beat Dredge, only going in reverse. The plan is simple: collect all 5 relics from around the map without ever moving forwards. To make sure I don't ever move forwards, I have gone ahead and rebound my W key as reverse, and my forward button is the right control button on my keyboard. The first handful of days are pretty run-of-the-mill, so I'll quickly cover what all I did. I got the Sinew Spindle on day 1, had a near miss with crows on the second morning, unlocked the improved outboard engine on day 3, and lost some arrow squid to crows on day 3 as well. While delivering the package to Little Morrow, I spent the entire day just trying to cross the bay, let alone head back. Once I did manage to get back, I installed an improved outboard engine, so now I'm still painfully slow. What did I get myself into? I got the first aberrant fish on day 5 and unlocked crab pots to be able to get the dredging equipment to start the main quest line. I spent what felt like a good 2 years trying to get to the collector, but in reality it was only half the day. With the dredging equipment installed, I then ran straight to the key behind Greater Morrow, and by ran I mean I finished my doctorate degree and started a family in the time it took to get there. Once I had the key is when the trouble began. I hit a few rocks on the way back due to the poor visibility traveling in reverse. With the damaged Sinew Spindle, I stupidly tried to get a few fish with the damaged rod. This would not be my only dumb decision on this playthrough. As icing on the cake and some instant karma, a night angler swiftly came along and finished me off for my first death of the playthrough. At this point, I was getting seasick from the camera trying to autocorrect to looking forwards and turned that setting off after finding it in the settings, and set off for attempt 2 at getting the key. The night angler attacked again, but I was able to avoid the rocks this time, so I lived. Call it 1-1 on Cheese vs Night Anglers now. I went straight back to the collector and unlocked haste on day 8 so I could use it to be able to get... Oh come on, how am I still this slow? Ah, screw it, just fill my inventory and figure out the slow thing later. Surprise, it's later. My patience is already running thin at this point, so I started desperately hunting for research points so I can unlock the jet engines and at least pretend I am fast. I went behind Little Morrow to go fish up some treasure and get the grieving father his son's belt buckle. I avoided a night angler thanks to it not noticing me. 2-1, Cheese on top of the night anglers now. Back in Little Morrow, I gave the belt buckle to the sad man and got one step closer to jet engines. I started upgrading my boat so I can fit more fish, use trawl nets, fit more engines, and tank damage like everyone else's favorite Overwatch character.
GG!
To do this, I started looting shipwrecks for materials and research parts. The perfect inventories were crucial to helping maximize what I could get on my incredibly slow voyages. I upgraded the boat a little and went back out for another trip of looting shipwrecks, perfectly filling my inventory and hoping nothing bad happens at night. The carelessly damaging engines was going to need to stop if I wanted to survive in more dangerous areas. I unlocked the jet engines at least. I got 2 on the boat as soon as possible and was, honestly, still pretty slow, but not as bad. I was starting to prepare for the long voyage to Gale Cliffs, so I needed the funds for enough jet engines so I wouldn't get caught out in the open ocean. I filled my inventory perfectly as a start. I had a near miss with crows and had to chase them off to keep my inventory perfect. Rinse and repeat, Cheese, just keep filling that inventory. Money will solve all your problems. Probably. At this point I had 4 jet engines and was finally starting to feel like I was moving at an okay pace. One more perfect inventory will solve all my problems, right? Right? Apparently not, as I still can't outrun a night angler, so back to only 5 perfect inventories. 2-2, all tied up on this front. With 6 jet engines, this will be as fast as I'm going on this playthrough, so I guess now I am basically Speed Racer. I ventured off to Gale Cliffs with my 5 jet engines. It may have taken the whole day, but at least I made it back in one piece. After some quick repairs and a snooze, I slowly made my way around back to get the family crest. I may not be able to outrun night anglers, but I won't have to run from the serpent because I can hide here. Turns out I can't hide from the serpent either. I can set off explosives at least. That counts for something, right? With explosives unlocked, I went ahead and got myself 3. That's all I'll need. Probably. I used 1 explosive for refined metal and 1 to get the music box. That leaves 1 explosive left. I think I'll be fine. I managed to slowly pedal my way back to the collector and unlock Manifest on day 22. I decided to celebrate being 2/5 of the way done with a perfect inventory, because honestly it's the only thing I can do without taking damage. Most times. I went to loot a shipwreck so I could have everything I needed for a tier 2 hull and was debating if I just wanted to go back to Greater Morrow for safety. I realized that would take me right past where night anglers like to hang out, so I decided to carry on to Stellar Basin for the plot. I was immediately hit by an aberrant waterspout that I couldn't outrun even if I tried. At least at this point I made it to Stellar Basin and it's daytime, so surely I'm safe, right? Wrong. Phantom Shark. While I shell out for repairs, I want to point out that I cost myself $90 in this game for that decision. The least you could do is subscribe. That's free at least. While I'm here doing repairs and shamelessly promoting myself, I guess I need a troll net now. I'm not going to bother upgrading the net as I need to focus on the rods I would need later. Had I played it safe, I could have the tier 2 hull by now. While I waited for the sun to set so I could get the fish the researcher would need, I went ahead and looted the useful items and research parts in this area. After stopping by the researcher and giving her the fish she asked for, I was able to unlock the abyssal and hadal rods. After a quick near miss with the night angler, not only was the score 3-2 in my favor, I repaired my troll net only to sell it seconds later. No, I can't explain why I did that, I'm just dumb. I did promise that there would be many dumb decisions in this video after all. I decided to head back to the Morrow so I would be safer and can save for the bottomless lines there. Wrong. Phantom Shark again. I was able to pay for my repairs in the bottomless lines, then I went on my way back to Stellar Basin to complete the quest line. Back in Stellar Basin, I activated the repulsion machine and was able to get the bracelet. I was also able to unlock the tier 2 hull and the 2 rods I would need for the next areas. Without a need for research parts, I could finally stop taking such large risks and play smart. So I go and take a risk right away for it to not pay off in the slightest bit. With my damaged boat and fish that could pay for most of it, I went back to Greater Morrow to unlock the Banish ability. Surely this ability will mean I can go to Twisted Strand and stop taking damage so often, right? So I got to Twisted Strand, and you thought it was going to be a Phantom Shark. But it was me, Dio! Nah, I'm just kidding, it was just a mine sucker, and he didn't attack me. I proceeded to collect some fish and mortar parts, knowing that all I had to do was stay still around the mine suckers and I would be fine. LMAO JK, get Phantom Sharked, punk. I went ahead and stopped by the airmen to drop off what I had collected before heading out for more fish and the rest of the mortar parts. While on my way to the mortar parts, I remembered I have Banish and used it on the vines attempting to attack me. I dropped off the rest of the mortar parts and some fish, then went off to grab the last couple fish I was looking for. I went ahead and banished some vines like I was Twitter in 2017 while I was at it. The mushrooms got me though. Not this guy at least. Your days are numbered, bucko. On the way back to the airmen, I had some crows try to attack, but those are easy to deal with unlike someone I've gotten to know lately. Pull a quick bait and switch and... I told you your days were numbered. Hit him with another quick roleplay of 2017 Twitter again. I wonder what's around these roots. Oh, it's just you. Take this. And your friend too, he's not getting off scot-free either. Once I turned in the corpses to the airmen, I was able to collect the necklace and skedaddle on out of Twisted Strand right away before anything else could try and harm me. Once back in Greater Morrow, I was able to meet with the Collector and unlock Atrophy on day 35. I went ahead and got myself set up for Double Spine with the bottomless lines, a volcanic rod, and some crab pots, then tried to do a cheeky Atrophy before heading over so I would already have the 2 aberrant fish needed for the 1 rock slab. After spending the entire day racing off to Devil's Spine so that the 2 aberrant squid wouldn't turn to rot, I briefly got lost in the ruins. After a bit of panic in real life, I had to manifest myself out of the situation and admit defeat in my attempted big brain play. I'll have to get the aberrants in another location. This time I go straight to the traveling merchant and drop some crab pots so I can get the 2 crabs needed for that rock slab. I'm finally in Devil's Spine and safe. I was able to grab a ghost shark and pale skate with little trouble and got my first of the 3 flames. Oh, bet, you got an aberrant. You need one of those for the rock slab. Too bad I'm an idiot and sold it right away. Past Cheese, you clearly did not have your head in the game. Okay, you have 2 spider crabs. Past Cheese, don't screw it up again. You need one of these. Thank the Lord he managed to keep the one and put it in the slab instead. I had my second cheeky attempt at using Atrophy to get an aberrant, but it didn't pay off, in multiple ways. That frilled shark is now worth almost nothing. At least I got a squat lobster and the second flame. All I needed at this point was 2 aberrant fish for the final slab. I quickly managed to pick up an aberrant pale skate and was ready to fight for my life not to lose this fish. Okay, good, you kept a more level head and used Banish on the children instead of Manifest. Not sure why banishing children was plan B, but I won't argue with it. Wait. Cheese, what are you doing? Why are you heading back towards the Unseeing Mother? In what world is that a smart move? Now you have to run away again. And you died. Whoever could have seen that coming? And now you don't have your aberrant skate either, so maybe just stay away from the Unseeing Mother this time? What did I just say? Oh, at least you're staying far enough back and have a heat vent to defend yourself with this time. I'll give you that much. Just banish the child. Awesome, you managed to get an aberrant. Now you have to be careful not to mess it up this time. You've lost too many already. Yes, dodge that aberrant water spout. You can do it. You dodged it again. Good, good. Ah, third time's the charm. It finally got you. At least you don't need the bottomless lines anymore. Oh, some crows now? You've been dealing with these successfully many times. You got it. Oh no, you don't have banish yet. Run, run past cheese. Try and get to that heat vent and hope you make it in time. Go! Whew, you made it. All right, just stay safe for a second. It'll all be okay. I went ahead and did a third attempt at being cheeky for an aberrant fish, and it paid off. All I had to do was make it to the rock slab. It took a few stressful maneuvers, but I was able to get to the rock slab safely and get the third and final flame needed. A quick banish of that child, and I was off to the fanatic. With the hard part over, I went to the fanatic and watched him make some questionable life choices. Definitely not like I made many in the process of getting here. With the watch acquired, I wasted no time in getting back to Greater Morrow so I could finally end this cursed challenge and playthrough. I went ahead and started the bad ending because surely that would be the only bad thing to happen for the rest of this playthrough, and that one would be faster and honestly a pretty fitting end to this challenge. While I head off to complete the game, I wanted to thank you all for— There's no monsters! How did you manage to die in the end game? So, anyway, like I was saying, I now head off to finish this challenge. I wanted to share some stats I tracked in this challenge. I had a total repair bill of $657.50. I filled my inventory perfectly technically only 5 times. Good, good, dodge the rocks this time, idiot. I had 13 near misses with monsters and was damaged by them 12 times, and I died a total of 3 times now. This video was a ton of fun to make, so if you have any other ideas for challenges, comment them down below and make sure you subscribe to see when they come out. And in the meantime, you can check out this other challenge I did where I tried to avoid the traveling merchant for the entire game.